Good morning.
Hello, morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good
Hello,
morning.
good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, team. Good morning. We are just waiting for Danielle to join in this call before we start. Okay. Hi,
Hello,
Danielle.
how are you guys?
All good on this
Very
side.
good.
How about you?
Me too.
Good,
Is
good,
already
good.
everyone present?
I believe so. So, Alexandra, not on the meeting at the moment. Andre can't join in this call, and Ankita is out of office. So we are all here. So we can start, Danielle, if you want.
Okay, no problem. So, um, let me start recording. Oh, it's already recording my screen. So, basically, we would give you today some handy notes about the GCD production. Okay, there are some topics that we still didn't have much of opportunity to see in more detail, and we would like to cover them today. Uh, and for that reason, we would like to speak with you today about how to do the management of the external files. These external files are the files that provide the demographic and the region dimension for the GCD reports. Then we would like you also to cover how to implement a change request. Okay. Um, just one note for P3, which is the next period, we have programmed 4 change requests. 2 of them are already applied, which are the ones for Coke CCAP and Danone Total Waters and Beverages. So you don't have to do anything from your side besides checking if the changes are applied when you deliver the reports, okay? But regardless, we will still track back these change requests and explain how they were made, okay? Then we have the Unilever ice cream and fabric cleaning, which we already tested the feasibility of those change requests, but they still haven't been committed to the false hierarchies. And for that reason, we will like to propose, for example, Shakar or Ankita during this season to do one of the change requests, and then um, give you an exercise to do the ice cream one for tomorrow, okay? And if you have any question, you could send those questions through email, okay? I will, after this meeting, send the instructions on how to do this. Then we will also like to speak regarding the ticketing system, okay? How you report problems that you may have with KDF. And for this task, Manuel Pina will help me with it. And then we will also like to speak with you about harmonized contracts with our additional requirements that it's needed to do for Unilever every quarter, okay? And for last, we will have a Q&A session, okay? Do any of you have any questions? Okay, I don't think so.
Not
So
for now.
okay. So Now I will then explain how we can manage the demographic files. Okay, so the demographic files for the GCDs are these external files. Okay, I think I showed you in the first session. Okay, these are CSV files, and we basically have one for each client or category. Okay, it really depends if the demographic file can be shared through more than one category. Okay, if we open it, let me just open CodeCCP. What you will have is something like this, okay, which is the information about the sequence level, parent name, and attribute value, okay. And if you want to read it in more in the easier way, you can always select the whole column, click text to columns, delimited, and then with semicolon. And if you do this, all the information will break out, and you can see with more detail what each line is about. Okay, so as you can see here, we have here 6 columns. Okay, the first column, it's a very simple column. It's basically the sequence number. It should always start in 1, okay, and end into the number of the last line, okay, and we cannot jump sequence numbers, okay. It should always be a sequence starting from 1, okay. So if you want to create this from the scratch, you only have to put this header sequence exactly like this, and then input the sequence number, okay. Then we have the levels, okay. The levels into these demographic files and regional files starts with 0, okay. And then you will have to put the level of the lines that came after, okay. Just for example, the total line, it's always 0, okay. Usually these sub-demographic groups, okay, which are equal to the total, are usually level 1, okay? And then we have drilled down, for example, the household size into level 2, okay? If we see here into age of households, we can see here that we have a further splits. So we have a level 3. So if we select these 3 lines, we can see that what we have here is the information from the age of head households, okay? And it starts from 0 to 34, 35 to 49, and more than 50. But then this line, the more than 50 years, is split into these 2 lines. And since these 2 lines add up to this one, the more than 50 years, these lines should have a level 3, okay? And this logic applies to all the splits, okay? If we go here, for example, for the life stage, we can see that we have these groups, okay? So the total life stage is composed by young without children, mature without children, families older without children, and then families is split into these 3 groups, okay? And older without children, it's split within these 2 groups, okay? And then we have purchase power, which is a very simple one, where it's divided by high, medium, and low, okay? So usually the hierarchy that we should use into demographics are always provided by arrow panels. So you don't have to select each of these lines. What is very important is to understand how the level works, okay? And for example, the level always starts with 0, okay? Every sub-demographic line should, like households, age of head households, life stage, purchase power, which its values are equal to the total line, okay, should always be 1, and then we should split, and then the splits from these total demographic subgroups should be into level 2 or 3, depending of the level of the breakdown. Until now, do you have any question about level, how it works?
All good for me.
Okay. Then we have the parent. Okay. Basically, what we are doing here is stating the parent, the number in sequence of the parent line of each line. Okay. The total demographics, since it's the first line, it does not have a parent line. So what we will do is use 1 because we don't have any parent line for this line. Okay. But for households, we have a parent line, which is the total demographics, okay? Because if we see this, the household size, it's at level 1. We have a line which is at level 0. And so usually the parent line, it's the one that is in a level above, okay? So for the household, it's the sequence number 1, okay? For the age of head households, the parent line, it's also the line with the number sequence 1. For the life stage, is also the line which the sequence number 1, and the same thing with the purchase power. Okay, but if we go, for example, for this line with the sequence 3, which is a first member, the direct parent line, it's household size, and for this reason, the sequence number had to change to 2. Okay, for 2 members, it's also 2. For 3 members, is also 2. For 4 members, is also 2. And if we jump again to the line in the sequence 8, you can see that the parent line has changed to 7. Why it's 7 and not 2? Because the parent line directly above it, it's age of head households. And so we need to use the sequence number of the parent line. Okay, this logic applies to all the other lines. For example, if we see these lines from the life stage group, they are reporting to the sequence number 13. Okay, if we see these lines regarding the the purchase power, okay, they are reporting to the line 23. Okay, and this is how the parent line works. Okay, the parent column. Any question regarding the parent column? Go ahead, Rafael.
Yes, Daniel, it's so in this case, household size, age of head of household, and so it goes. These total lines are set for the parent level 1, so they can have the same values as total demographics, right?
Yes, yes. Usually, I would say more or less. The thing that defines the same value as the total demographic, it's the attribute name, which is total here. Okay, it's something that I will explain in a moment. Okay, but what defines the values of each of these lines? Okay, it's not the parent. Okay, the parent only established the hierarchy into the itemization. So if you want to set a value to it, is these 2 columns that you need to change. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But in this case, if we want as a codification, let's say for the parent, right? Household size, so the parent would be total demographics, and then 1 member to 4 members, and so it goes. They are set for the sequence 2, right? Because we want them to add up and match the household size values.
Exactly.
And so it goes, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then it will be the same as for row 12 and 13, right? So has a head of households between 50 and 64.
Yeah.
those two lines need to match the sequence of row 11. So that's why the sequence is 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you, Daniel.
No problem. Any questions? Okay, so I can go ahead. So I have already explained how sequence works, how level works, how parent works. Then we have the name, okay? Usually this list of this demographic list is provided by Arrow panel, okay? But in this file, if you wish to alter the name of each of these lines in any way, you can, okay? So for example, if you think you don't want this line in caps lock, you can change it, okay? If you want to put a label that is more user friendly, you can also change it. So we don't have limitations about the way that you describe each of these lines. It only has to indicate that properly what it's about, okay? Then if we go to column E and F, and these are the two more important lines, okay? These two columns define how the values will present for each of these lines, okay? So when the total line, okay, the attribute name should always be total, okay? And the attribute value should always be empty when you use the attribute name total. And why we write the attribute name total? Because we want this first line, total demographics, to be exactly equal to the total or the total population, okay? The same thing is for these subtotal groups, okay? The household size, the age of head household, the life stage, and the purchase power, okay? If you see, all of these lines have the attribute name total because we want these to represent the whole population, okay? Now, below those lines, now we need to split the information. And where do we get this information, for example, for this attribute name? Basically, we have this Power BI here, okay, where we check the attribute names and the attribute values, okay. I would like to request something to, for example, Shekar, if you are there, could you please check if you have access to this Power BI? Okay, because it's important that you have access to this file.
Okay, let me check. No, I don't have an access.
Okay, okay. Could you please request access? I think there is a field that allows you to request access.
Yes,
Yeah.
send request.
Okay, okay. I recommend all of the other members attending also to do the same, and also Nikita when she comes tomorrow. And then I will speak with the owner of this Power BI to allow you all to have access to it, okay, after this session. Okay, so I will then explain how you get the attribute name and attribute value, okay? So basically, you should go to this Power BI, okay? You select demographic attributes, you select a country, in this case it's Indonesia, then you need to select the service, okay? For it, let me just, okay. Okay, then you go to this file, okay, and you see the information that you have here. For example, imagine that we didn't know this information, okay, and we need, for example, to fill this information from the scratch. To search for it is very simple, okay. You just need to do something like this. You go to this, You put the country filter, the service filter, okay, and then you can go directly to this attribute description and try to write the line that you are searching for. And as you can see, if I click here, I can see that this line is available into these attributes. Okay, this is the quickest way to in order to select those lines. And now, if I do copy value, and for example, if I copy here into this Excel, I have the attribute name, and I can paste here. Okay. The same thing for 2 members, for 3 members, etc. Okay, but the thing is, this first member, okay, it's usually into the same attribute name. Okay, so if I go here, I select this attribute. Okay, then if I clear this description that I try to find, I can see all the lines that compose this attribute, okay, which is called ID 00145 household size, okay. And as you can see, this has 1 member, 2 members, 3 members, and 4 members plus, okay. So the attribute name for all of them is exactly the same. So I can set him exactly like this. And for the attribute values, we have 1 for 1 member, 2 for 2 members, 3 for 3 members, and 4 for 4 plus members, okay, which is exactly the split that we have here, okay. So I can put 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay. And if we see, we compare again with the Power BI, it's okay, okay, it's exactly what is required, okay. The same process can be done for all of the remaining lines, okay. I will do one more time for the age of head household so you can see. So now I deleted the information. For example, the line that I want to search is head of household up to 34 years. What you can do, okay, is something like that. You clean the filters, okay. Then you go to attributes. You can insert, for example, the line that you want to search. I believe is this one, up to 34 years. The attribute name that is coming from is this one, okay? So I will go here, select these attributes, clear the filtering into the attribute description, and then we have the splits, all the lines available for these splits. And here we have up to 34 years old, from 35 to 49 years old, and plus 50 years old, okay? Which is exactly what we want here, okay. So I will do the same. I will copy this information to our file, okay. So if I select these all, copy selection, I go here, it's already pasted, okay. I will, as you see, I copied all the block from the Power BI, and for this reason, all the columns are attached to each other. To split them, you just need to go to Data, Text to Columns, Delimit Width, and Tab. Okay. Next, Finish, and the information is split. Okay. And in this way, we can see better where all the lines are coming from. Okay. So the attribute name, it's the same for all of these 3 lines, so we can paste immediately here. Now, for the attribute value, the first line that we have here is up to 34. So we go to this line, okay, which is the attribute number 3. Then we select the 35 to 49 years old, which is the attribute value number 1. And then we select the 50 years older and over, which is the attribute number 2. Okay, and the same way that I did this, you can do for all the remaining lines. Okay. So up to now, do you have any questions regarding how you can find the attribute name and the attribute value?
No.
No.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So once you have updated this information, okay, you can delete this tab, okay, because it's not required. So I have deleted, and you save, okay, the file. One thing, it's possible that once you save this file, this file becomes separated by a comma instead of a semi-comma, okay? So if I edit this with a Notepad or a program similar to this one, you can see that the CSV is separated by a comma. And for this type of files, it's mandatory to have a semi-comma in order to use this properly in KDS. Okay, so if there is a time that you need to update these files and you need to ingest it in KDS, you always have to come back to the file after you save with Excel. Okay, do a replace and replace all the commas by a semi-comma. Okay, you do a replace all, and then you save. Okay, and once it's saved, the file is ready to use. Okay. Any questions regarding how to update the demographic information?
No.
Okay, fantastic. So the next topic, okay, is regarding the change requests. Okay. Let me just share with you. Here into the email that we have, that Andre has sent, we have here the 4 change requests that are going to be applied into the next period. Okay. Our team usually use one file that does the control of all these change requests. Okay. And for example, this is the file that we have here. We have a small description of the region, the country, the client, the category, a small resume of what the change request is about, the periods to be applied, the year to be applied, the email where we received this change request, the location where we have stored the attachments from the email, the day that we received the email, and if it was applied or not at the moment. Okay, this is the file that we use to control that information. I recommend that you use a similar system. Okay, we will share this control file with you, but I think it's a good practice to do because it allows us to all the members have a notion of which of the change requests have already been applied or which are still pending. Okay, so as you can see through the email that Andre sent, we have four change requests, I believe, which are for P3, which are these 4. Okay, one for waters and beverages, Danone, another one for Coke CCAP, another one for Unilever fabric cleaning, and another one for Unilever ice cream. Okay, and what and right now our team has already applied these 2 change requests to the default hierarchies, okay, and to the external files, because these 2 change requests are quarterly based, so we didn't have a P2 delivery in the middle, okay, and so we could apply it directly. these two, we had to wait until the P2 delivery was finished in order to apply it to P3. Okay, but we did the assessment of the feasibility of all the 4 requests. We already informed the ambassador, which is Nisa, that all these 4 requests are feasible. And so what we will do during this session is to apply the change request to fabric cleaning. Okay, and what we would like to propose to you is to, after this call, finish the ice cream. Okay, I recommend, for example, some of the people that helped through the ongoing delivery, Shakar and Kita, because they have more experience to maybe do this after this session. Maybe some of the members that are now in attendance could join, okay, and try to apply the change request. And once it's finished, to send me an email tomorrow, so I could do the change check and check that this is also finished, okay. So what I will do now is explain what the first 2 deliveries are about, and then I would like to probably ask Shakar, okay, to implement this fabric cleaning change request. Is it okay, Shakar?
Yes, with your guidance, I can do it.
Okay, no problem. So the first 2 change requests, as you can see here, were received through email, okay, by the GCD, and we already extracted the information and filled into this file, okay. So we received an email which was called key 1 to 2026 change request, where basically what they requested for water and beverage was to add a new brand, Aquaviva, and a Wings Foods manufacturer line, okay. So if I go here, okay, here what we will find is the attachment for this change request. I select that on water. We have the set of instructions that they want us to apply. Okay. The first thing that we can see is that we have here a tab called Summary, where we have a description of the change requests, which are the change requests to be applied, which are the categories to be applied, and what are the dimension, okay, which is product, okay. One note, total water and beverage, it's household panel, the categories, so we can deliver it, but the water out of home, it's a legacy one, okay. So this category, it's not something that we work with into the Marble Panel GCDs, okay. So we will only apply to water and beverage category, okay. So we go to the total water and beverages, and if we see here, we have the instruction on what to do. Okay, Shakar, could you please try to tell me what you can observe from here, and try to tell me what is that they are requesting?
They are requesting to add these lines.
Exactly, exactly, and they are requesting. Besides adding the lines, what are they requesting?
They are requesting to add the lines of manufacturer Wings Food, labeling them as Tirta Alam Segar, and brand name would be Equiviva. Equiviva.
Exactly, exactly. So this is exactly what we did, okay? So what we did to apply this change request, this is a very simple change request. It only requires this to add 4 lines, which are a manufacturer brands, global brands, a brand, and a sub-brand, okay? The definition of the Traite Alam Segar, like is stated here, it's Wings Food. The definition of Aquaviva is Aquaviva, and all the others is also very straightforward. It's to use the brand Aquaviva to define each of these following 3 lines. Okay, so what we did in the previous periods is we have gone to attribution. We selected product dimension, false hierarchies, existing false hierarchies, Then we selected water, okay, and then we selected the product false hierarchy for water and beverages. We selected edit, and then here we applied the changes. Okay, one thing, as you see here, all these selections is the nodes are basically collapsed. Okay, so in order for you to check, you need to the full hierarchy itemization. You need to expand. Okay, but sometimes it's easier to understand the information if they are collapsed. Okay, so here we have the total lines. Here we have the manufacturers, and if we go back to the change requests, let me just second. Oh, okay, I have to go again. And if we go to the change request, we can see that this manufacturer, 30 Alan Segar, is below this manufacturer, which is Super Wahano Teno. So this is the position that we need to put this new manufacturer. Okay, to add this new manufacturer, we go once again to the false hierarchy. Okay, and as you see, we have already inserted the 30 Alan Segar here, right in the middle of these two lines. Okay, and it's very important to maintain the logic behind the false hierarchy. Okay, one note: if for some reason you still don't quite understand where you should position it, what you can do is to unhide all of these lines, okay? And then you can see all the product itemization expanded, okay? And here, for example, you know that this line is right below the Le Mineral if the false hierarchy is totally expanded, okay? So if I expand this node, okay, okay, it should have the lines that are missing, okay, the brands and the sub brands that's into this file before were missing. Okay, so we need to insert this below the manufacturer Super Wahana Tejo. So close this, and to do that, okay, you just need to click here to add a new node, okay, and that it will create automatically a new line, okay. Let me just check something. Exactly. If you want, for example, as you see, the new line that I inserted, okay, it's into level 3. If you want to decrease the level, because the 30 Alan Segar that we have already created is at the level 2, you just need to select this option, the third one, which allows you to decrease the event level of the selected nodes. Okay, and now as you see, it's a level 2. Then you need to write the name of the line. Okay, I will copy this because it's a line that we have already made. Okay, then you go to the expression builder. Okay, if we see into the instructions we have here to select the manufacturer Wings Foods, so we will go to the manufacturer, click to create the first condition, and then we select Wings Foods. Okay, which is this line. Okay, and you do a save. Okay, and as you can see, this line is already defined. Okay, but as you saw into this change request, we have more lines, okay? Below the 30 Alan Segar, we have the Aquaviva brand, Aquaviva sub-brand. So we need to go here, insert a new line, okay? I probably will insert the other ones also, just to have it, to have all of them. Then we go to the file, we copy Aquaviva, paste here. Then we copy the brand, we paste here. Then the sub-brand, and we paste here, okay? But of course, we will have to define it, okay? To define it, it's very easy. Here, we have an instruction of what is the brand that we should select. In all of them are Aquaviva. Select brand Aquaviva, select brand Aquaviva, and here, select brand Aquaviva and sub-brand NEA. So what I will do is here, select brands, right, Aquaviva, okay. Just check again into the file. Okay.
Daniel is without a.
Okay, okay. Okay. There. And then after you select it, you can save. The same thing to the brands. I'm pasting the values because it's easier to find it. And the same thing to the sub-brands, but we have a little trick to do that. So we will say that this is equal to Aquaviva. And as we can see here in into the instruction, it's also telling us to select the sub-brand NA. So we should go to the select the sub-brand, click into this button, and select end condition, and then select NA. Okay, and once it's done, you can save and close. Okay, so basically what I did just now is I replicated what I did previously. Okay, this is the reason that you have here 2 times the lines, but I did this just to show you how to do it. Okay, after you apply the changes, okay, you should publish and classify. Okay, but I won't do it because I have already implemented the changes into this false hierarchy. Okay, one thing, if for example you are doing changes, but you are unable to finish the changes, I recommend you to only save, okay, and only publish and classify when the false hierarchy are completely finished. Okay. Any question until now regarding this change request?
Nope.
Fantastic. Okay. So what I recommend for now, okay, is Shekar. We do the change requests, okay, for the if I go here to control file for the fabric cleaning category. It's a very simple one. I will give you the share with you into the chat or control file, okay, and also we'll send you the attached files that have come through email, which is this one. Okay. And I would like you to share your screen. Then I will guide you through all the steps. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So sharing my screen. for fabric cleaning.
Exactly.
So
Uh,
this we have to select.
yes, I recommend you to verify which is the dimension that they want the change request to be applied. Okay, it's into the second file, which is the description of what they want. And if we go up, okay, can you identify which is the dimension?
So soft. So direct application. So soft main wash.
Okay, okay. So basically, if you go to the top of this tab, you can see that the country, the information regarding the category, the level, and here there is information that is stating that this is product lines. Okay, so
Yes.
we have two, the product dimension and the segment dimension in the attribution. What we should select is the product dimension.
Products.
Exactly. And if
So
you click edit, it's edit as exactly. And if you click edit, you can see, and if you expand the false hierarchy, you just need to click into level 1. Exactly. You can see that this is mostly the same that you have seen before, right?
yes.
Yes. So now we can see what they are requesting. So if we go back to the file, we have a first request to change the name of this
Rename to
line.
total wings.
Exactly. So what you can do is maybe copy total wings, okay, in order to ensure that the definition, it's the name of the label, it's exactly the same of what they requested.
Total Sayapa mass. Okay, so this one we have to rename
Exactly.
to total wings.
Okay, it's exactly the same. You already changed the short name, and now you should also change the display name, okay? When it comes to the definition, because this is only a rename, we don't need to go to the expression builder in order to define it again, okay? Because this is
Okay.
just a rename of the line that already existed, okay?
Right. So simply we need to save this.
Yes, yes, we need to save this because we still have some changes to do. Yeah, so you can click
Okay.
save. Exactly. Now we go back to the file. And then we can see that we have so soft lines to be implemented.
Added.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you see here, can you tell me which is the parent line from so soft?
So this is the parent, I believe, so soft level 2.
Yes. Which is the parent? Do you know from the parent of so soft? That is in level 1. Do you know the name? Can you identify it here?
Is this the parent one?
Yes, but there is a parent to this one, the split that they want to have. So it's a line in level 1.
So this is the total under total wings.
Yeah,
So soft
yeah,
will come.
exactly. So what we will need to do is later on go to the false hierarchy, open the group that is total wings that we changed right now, rename,
Right.
and under a certain brand, add this new line. Okay. So soft. Do you know where we should put? Because if you see
So
here under total wings.
after boom, we need to
eh,
add so soft.
Oh, exactly, exactly. So what we will need to do is select boom,
Okay.
and now click exactly to add a new node. Okay, and now we shall name so soft this line. Okay, and that is also one thing that we also need to do. But
Level 2.
basically, that button is to delete. You need to decrease the level. Okay, so okay, one thing, it's not level 2 for one reason. If you go to the top, and this may happen a lot of times. Okay, if we go to the top of this file, okay, can you go to the top? The total fabric cleanings is into level 0, right?
Okay.
But the false hierarchy that we have in our system, if you go to, now to attribution, if you go to the top,
Is 1.
it's 1. So we need to adjust that. So in this case, it's not level 2, it's level 3, because it
3.
should be at the same level that the other brands. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, you saw into the file that it was at the same level that, for example, lines like boom, and that is where it should stay.
Right.
Okay.
Agree.
Exactly.
Right.
And one more thing, because you changed the level to level 2, if you see, so soft is now under Sayap, Maz, Utma, all others. Okay, and it
Right.
should have been right below boom. Right. To change it,
Right.
you go to the right side of your panel. You have some buttons.
This one.
I'm requesting control just to show you where it
Yes.
is. Okay, so if, okay, can you accept the request for control?
I cannot see.
Oh, okay, no problem. If you see on the
Yes.
right
Yes.
side of this, okay, fantastic. So if we go to attribution again, in this right side here,
Yes.
okay, if you select the line, okay, and
Yes.
if you click here into this button, you can change the position of the
Okay.
line.
So
Okay,
it is selected, and now I need to click this.
click, yeah, exactly, and you moved the line so soft one level, okay, and now
Right.
it's above all others, okay,
Yes.
which is the thing that
Yes.
we wanted. Okay,
Right.
so now we can define the line. We can go to the Excel file and see the instructions on how to define it. Okay.
Select brand so
Brand.
soft.
Exactly. So we go to the brand, so soft, and we select
So
it.
we have to click expression builder, right?
Right.
Now brand.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Now save.
Fantastic. Save and close in order to exit that menu.
Okay.
And then we have to add 2 more lines, right? Which is
Right.
the main and
So soft direct application and so soft
exactly.
main wash.
Exactly. So we need to add those 2 lines.
For
Okay.
that we need to add new columns.
Exactly. So you can click twice in order. Exactly. The line that is at level 5, you can decrease the level, okay, to 4. Exactly. And now you can paste the names of the 2 lines.
So here we don't have any instructions.
Okay. But I will help you with that point. Don't worry.
Okay. So do I have to write both
Yes,
and down
you can
also?
write. Yeah, you can also write now the both lines.
Okay, done.
Okay. So it's done, right?
Right.
As you saw, we don't have any instruction in the file. Okay.
Right.
So what we can do, if we see this false hierarchy, you can see that the direct application and the main one in the main wash repeats a lot of times, right?
Right.
So for example, if you go to boom, direct application. If you go to expression builder, you can see that what is being selected, it's a format, fabric cleaning, which is this
Fabric.
attribute, and what
Yes.
is being selected, it's different than main wash.
Right.
Okay, and now if we go to the if we click cancel,
Yes.
and if you go to main wash, can you see what is selected in boom? So if you go to boom and wash,
Okay. Fabric cleaning
basically
and main wash.
so basically what is happening is the main wash we are defining by these attributes. We go to the format fabric cleaning, which is the number 61980,
980.
and select main wash. And for the other one, we say that it's all that is not in main wash.
Main wash. Right.
Okay. So we will save and close or cancel. Okay. Now we go to the soft direct application.
For
In the case of exactly the direct application, we previously defined it as all that was not main wash. Okay.
right.
And so we click the format fabric cleaning. We need to go here exactly. And now we select main wash, and we select not in main wash. Okay. And
Okay.
why do we need to do this workaround, and why we don't select direct application? Okay. Basically, this was an instruction from the country to do
Okay.
this because there was some issues in the coding. Okay. And in
Okay.
order for us to have the correct values, we have to define main wash as main wash and direct application as everything that is not main wash. Okay.
Main wash.
For this specific
Agree.
category. Okay. And
Okay.
once again, if you have doubts on how to codify, you can, like we did before, try to check how other splits are built and
Right.
apply the same logic to this one. Okay.
Okay.
So we can click OK, save and close. Now we
Also,
can go
main
to
wash.
exactly.
Format fabric.
Mhm.
Now direct application and others.
No, this one is the main wash was correctly defined. So we just
So
need to select main wash.
okay. And
Okay.
in also we have to. We
In
have
team.
already selected.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
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 Okay. Once
Save
again,
and close.
if you have any questions, is that save and close? We can also always confirm. For example, if you go to boom main wash and see how the expression builder was defined, you can see that what was selected for main wash was only the attribute main wash.
Right.
Okay, so we can save and close or cancel. Okay, each of the options are okay.
And for boom direct application,
It's
fabric cleaning
different.
and main
Yeah,
wash.
it's different than main wash. Okay, so it's
Right.
all that is not main wash.
Okay.
So if we, and that is exactly what you did. So the false hierarchy is okay. Okay. So once you apply these changes, can we see in the Excel file if we have more? I believe it's all, but just to confirm.
Yes, only 3 lines we have to add.
Okay. So it's all. So once it's done, we can publish and classify the false hierarchy, and the changes will be applied in the next time that we run. Okay. You don't need to select again this false
Okay.
hierarchy in KDS because it's already set. Only changes into the external files, the files that I showed you in the beginning of the session, needs to be re-ingested. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So false hierarchies, you just need to publish and classify. It's done. You don't need to worry next periods to check any other step forward. But the demographic information, that needs to be re-uploaded in KDS if you change anything on it, okay? So we have published, this is done. After this step, what is done is usually we update the control file, okay? So if you go to the control file, exactly.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that you have access to it, but I will just explain how we do it. For example, here we update the status. We pass from feasible to applied. Okay. And
here.
then we paint the whole line in green. Okay. And to indicate that this change is already applied. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So we have one more change request. Okay. Can you please go to the link that we have here in order to see it? This one I will ask you to do by tomorrow. Okay. To apply these changes. If you want, you can also find a time for to check with Ankita, because I know that she also was in the ongoing delivery process, so it also would be a good exercise for her. And as you see here, we have a lot of changes, but these changes are not critical because are for to delete one line, okay, rename lines, or move a level up or down. Okay, we don't have
to add
definition
any
changes.
line.
Exactly. We don't have to add. It's just delete lines, rename lines, and to move the indentation. Okay. All these three steps, I think you already know on how to do it. But if you have any query during the process, you can send me a message, and I can help you with that after this session. Okay. Okay, but this is a good exercise because it will allow you to better understand how the false hierarchy works, and it's not really a hard exercise. Okay, it affects a lot of lines, but it's a very simple one. Okay. So I will share now my screen. Okay. So after this, you these change requests. It's very important. Okay, to send an email to NISA stating that these lines or this change request has already been applied. Okay. For this period, I can do that for you because I already informed NISA about the feasibility of these lines. Okay. So because you have already finished the change request to fabric cleaning, I will, after this session, send an email to NISA informing that this change request has been applied. I will put you in CC. Okay. Bhumika also, and Ankita too. And after you finish the ice cream, I would like you to send the email, okay? But we can see it tomorrow, okay? This topic, okay? And cool. We now finished the change request application, okay? And now I would like to ask Manuel to guide you through the ticketing system management, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. So I need to stop sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, 1 minute, please. Okay, I will share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, so I will guide you through this page to show you how to open a ticket related to the World Panel data feed. Okay, I think Andre has shared with you this file. that is support you to open a ticket. Okay. So we can open a ticket in going through this link. Okay. So this link will redirect you right to the to the to the section to open a ticket in KDS, but there is another link. Okay, in Kantar support portal here. So in this main page, we can click here in data as a service. Okay, and here we can open a ticket related to the word panel data feed. We have three sections. Okay, here. So this section we should ignore then because it's related to the legacy platform. Okay, so we should consider these two, this one and this one section. Okay, this section is related to an improvement in the platform. Okay, so if you want to see a new feature um a new thing that we can that we intend it is important to help us to test a platform that is not applied um, in the platform here in KDS, we can open this section to create a ticket to create this new feature or to change anything that we consider is important to help us to perform our tasks. Okay, so when click in this section, we should complete the information, the summary. We here we need to summarize uh, what you want to include and the reason for open this ticket. Okay, so here in your case you should choose rock. Okay, enhancement request by and the detailed description on this. Okay, and we should complete these two box. Okay, you should ignore this one and all the description here. Okay, and the priority to this implementation. Okay, and this one you should also ignore. Okay, is not mandatory. And after that, after completing all this section, we click in send. It will be created a ticket and a ticket ID. I can show you here. An ID like this is created relating to this ticket, and so when clicking here in the ID, we can see all the detailed information that we inserted. And we in the assignee, here we add the assignee. Always we should include Ricardo Figueira to the ticket. Okay, it will be the person that will be perform the test, Ricardo Figueira and Michael Nian. Okay, and other your team members that you want to include in the ticket. Okay, in the request participants, you can include them on the ticket. Okay, and another section. The other section is to report an incident or to open a ticket related to the issue about the report that you want to run in the World Panel data feed. Okay, so clicking here, you should complete all this information, the country, for example, Indonesia, the client Unilever, the report ID, because when running a report in panel data feed, okay, it will generate a report ID. Just to show you. If we filter the country to Indonesia, we can see this report is created by Rakshanda. So the report ID is this one. Okay, we should copy the report ID relating to the category that you want to create a ticket. Okay, put report ID and choose the client, the country, and the category that you want to run, and we summarize here the incident. Okay, so and here is the step for the incident. Okay, expect result, we can just ignore, it's a mandatory field, but you can put just a dot here, same thing. Or if we have some information to add, we can add it. Okay, and the incident impact. Okay, this is a mandatory. Okay, you can choose one of the descriptions here. Okay, so critical, more than one client is impacted and there are no workaround. Okay, and you can choose the best description that is related to our ticket that you want to open. Okay, and the client release date. Okay, you can choose the 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 current date, and the important one here, the incident pre-check. Okay, so all this information we need to complete. For example, has the report failed or is taking longer than expected? Yes. This call failed. Yes. The tree hierarchy, we need to validate. Before to open a ticket, we need to validate the information about the tree hierarchy if it's correct. Okay, and all this information we need to validate before to create a ticket. Okay, so after that we click in send. Okay, when you click in send, it will create it, okay, a ticket ID. It will create a ticket ID like this one. I will just open a ticket that we created yesterday, just to show you. Select the post ticket. It was called yesterday, and it was created by Danielle. Okay, so when clicking send, it will create a reference, a ticket ID, and when click in ticket ID, okay, we can add the people that want to include in the ticket. Okay, so we can see yesterday we noticed in the platform of the panel data feed the filter created by was not displayed. Okay, so this option here was not displayed in the platform. So Daniel yesterday opened that ticket, and the product team has solved. So here all the information about this ticket. Okay, so how this function, this filter, it was affect all country. Okay, we didn't put any country, any client, because it was related to the platform filter. Okay, and the descriptions. Okay, expect the result, just a dot. Okay, same thing, and the incident pre-check. Okay, and it is important to add Michael Nian and Ricardo Figueira to when open a ticket. Okay, and after that, when add email to our team members, okay, we will receive a notification with the ticket created. Okay, and we can check the status here. Okay, about the ticket when clicking in ticket number. Okay, any question on this?
Nope. For me, all good.
Rafael?
I just wanted to add, Manuel, if you could go back to the part where we raise the ticket, where we have the expected results, actual results.
Okay, yeah.
If you could just go back, please.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. In this part, just to add to what Manuel said, that in this case, let's set just an example that you are running a certain report, you are setting certain periods and dates, okay? But you want to change the dates that you are inserting on the report setup, but it seems that it's not working. So after you've gone through a few tests, you notice that the previous dates that you had was working. In this case, you can fill in the steps to reproduce the incidents. So for this example, you changed the dates, but it wasn't working, okay? The expected results was to have the same result as the previous setup, and the actual result was the error itself that it was provided in the word panel at the feeds. For certain cases, if you have a workaround, you can also explain to help the support team to help you go through the issue and also help you on solving or even finding answers for questions that you have along new setups, for example. In this case, and if you can go down, Manuel, please, as the part that we set for medium high priority. In this case, as you can see, if we have a workaround to handle this example, then we set for medium because there is more than one client that is impacted, but there is a workaround. So things are working in the way that it was before. Okay. Or in this case, you can even set for low priority, but it depends. If you are on production, it would be good to set between or if you don't have an answer, or then for medium, if you can produce, but you want them to solve the issue. Did you understand in this case for what I explained just now? Rock team?
For my
Okay.
Okay, no
for my
feedback. I think
satisfaction,
Yeah. I
they
think
have already understand. Thank you, Rafael, for the compliment. So, when open a ticket, we should supply all the information, all the details about the issue to support team. Okay. Um, so as Rafael said, we need to share all the details, all the information. Okay.
but in
okay.
case you have
Okay.
any questions, please share with us, okay? In the future. Sorry,
So
Manuel, please.
apart from WDF, like last time when we are, doing the production and MCR tool was down. So for that also we can raise request here.
No, no. Basically, the MCR tool are another tool. Okay, this is only for tickets regarding the raw panel data feeds. And so,
Okay.
if you have an issue with the MCR tool, what you should do is send an email to GDD, and then Beatrice or Indri will do the bridge with Arrow Panel in order to understand what is happening. Okay, for example, in P2, what happened is that we had an issue. I believe you are already aware with the
Yes.
tool that was down. What we did is to request to Beatrice and Indre through the global data delivery email that we informed her that the tool was down, okay, for X time, and to check what was happening. And they did the bridge, and later on the issue was sorted. Okay, so if the issue is related to MCR, once again, we need to change to send an email to GDD, and if the issue is regarding world panel data feeds, which or KDS, okay, is through this platform, okay? And in this platform, we have two types of tickets that we can open. Enhancements, which is improvements, is imagine that you want to see something new that is not there right now. You can use that first option. And if it is to report an issue that we are having with the platform, you should always select the third option. Okay?
Okay.
So basically, we are finished then this session. Okay, I will just give you an additional note about the production. Okay, we have been recently made aware. Okay, that for Unilever reports, okay, we need to send an additional set of cubes each quarter. Okay, the process is very simple. Okay, for example, we right now are every period delivering deliveries to the client Unilever, the project periodic, right? And Shekar, as you remember, for example, we have to send an outlet group and demographic group,
Yes.
and we need to fill the comments into a file, which is the VT comments.
VT comments file.
Exactly, which is this one that we have
Yes.
here the comments for outlets and for the demographics. Okay,
Right.
each quarter it's needed an additional step for Unilever. Okay, and it's quite simple. Okay, so each quarter, P3, P6, P9, and P13, we need to go 2 days after the delivery of the periodic reports, okay, until 2 days after, we need to do this. We go to Unilever Harmonized, we select the project, okay, we go to Indonesia, okay, and we also need to send the outlet cubes once again through this contract, okay. The cubes that we are sending are exactly the same, so we are reusing what we sent on the normal contract, okay? And we don't need to do any validation on WPO, okay? We just need to select the cube that we have already downloaded for the normal contract, validate, run. After the quality checks open, okay? We just need to paste the comment that we have already made on the normal contract and send it, okay? Once we send all of these categories, okay, and as you see here, we only have the cube for outlets.
Right.
We need to send a cube, an email to the client owners from AeroPanel informing that we have already also uploaded the harmonized categories, okay? There is no need to go to AeroPanel Online, no need to sign off the categories in MCR. We just need to select the cubes, okay? Validate the data with the newest period, which is, for example, for Q1 of 2026, which is not I don't think we have available yet, but for example, for Q1 of 2026 is P3, okay, and for Q2 is P6, for Q3 it's P9, and for Q4 it's P13, okay. We just need to update the time, okay, like we did in the normal contract, validate, run, and send, okay. After we send all of them, okay, we just need to send an email. It's as simple as that. And we usually should do this process 2 days after until 2 days after the delivery of the normal categories, okay, because it's a very quick process, okay, and it does not require many actions, okay.
Okay.
It was clear.
Yes.
Yes. So basically, we have an additional contract, which is Unilever Harmonized, which is available only on quarters, and that we need to send additional cubes, okay, for Indonesia, but we don't need to send demographics, okay, and we don't need to validate on WPO or sign off, okay. We just need to send through this platform, and when the message is passed, is set here as passed, we can send for all of them, we can send an email informing our panel that the cubes have already been sent. It's just this, okay.
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 So for all the category, only outlet file we need to validate, run and send.
Exactly. I will send some notes after this meeting explaining this process. Okay, it will be very simple. It's just this that I have already told you. I will also
Okay.
send additional. I believe you already have, but if you don't have, I will also send information regarding the demographics that we spoke in the beginning of the session, and a one pager regarding the change requests too. Okay. In order for you to have not only this recorded session, but also documentation that allow you to support your activities in the future in case you have any question. Okay. One more thing. After this session, okay, if you have any question, okay, you can also input here, okay, as you can see all the questions that have been put into this file previously have already been responded, okay, and if you have any new questions, you can still continue to insert your queries here, and that we will try to promptly respond to them, okay. Any questions regarding this session?
Nope.
No.
Okay. So this is all. Okay. So after this meeting, like I said, I will with Andre send an email with all the information that you may need, that we think you may need. We also will send a note about the exercise that we ask you for you to do, which is the change request, to apply the change request to ice cream. Okay. If possible, try to finish by tomorrow. Okay. And so we can validate it and then send an email to NISA informing that the change request has already been applied, okay? But I will also send the details through email. And this is all. If you don't have any questions, have a good day.
Thank you, Daniel, for such wonderful
Thank you.
session.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much,
everyone.
Thank you,
Daniel.
Have a
Daniel
nice
and
day.
Noel.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.